Let's see if we can improve that flexibility. And we're going to use this hamstring PNF as an example of how PNF works. And then I'm going to teach you guys how to do this on each other, how to do it on your own. And I'm going to show you a whole raft of PNF techniques that you can actually start to implement. So we're going to go out there and do them in real time. If I go to stretch the hamstring, and I do this, and go really fast, what's this muscle done now?
Yeah, it's about to snap.
It's gone like this. It's seized up and it's tightened up. Why is it doing that? To protect itself, yeah? It's called the monosynaptic stretch reflex. Basically what that means, mono is one, synaptic, synapse where two nerves join, and it's a reflex. So what that means is that you didn't think as I was stretching you, oh, the hammy's getting tight. What I'm going to do, I'm going to contract my hamstring. That way he's not going to, there was no thought process. It's a reflex. As soon as this stretched, a signal went through her spinal cord, straight back to the hamstring. It didn't even go to her brain and said, contract to fight it. So if you go too quickly into a stretch, you get this monosynaptic stretch reflex. Boom, turns the muscle on. Can we stretch a muscle which is contracted? It's not going to work because remember, that's the purpose of PNF, is to create a length in the muscle, a relaxation in the muscle, therefore causing a length. So the first stage of PNF is to go into a static stretch. And I'm going slowly into that static stretch.
That's pretty tight.
Okay? Right. So we're holding it there. So we've gone slowly into that static stretch. If we went too quickly, we would cause that reflex, which causes the muscle to tighten up. The same thing as a kid, you go to the doctor and they'd tap you with that little hammer just below your kneecap, on your patella tendon there, and your knee would kick. It stretches, and you then go to protect yourself, causes a contraction, which causes you to kick your leg. Again, testing your reflexes. So we'd go slowly into this and hold it for about 20 seconds. The next thing we do is an antagonist contraction. Now, an agonist, this is just fancy names for muscles that do things. An agonist is the muscle we're talking about. The opposite, agonist, is the one on this side. There's a bit of terminology in this. If you can understand it, and I will say all these words multiple times in the next half hour, understand this, it helps. So, we're stretching the hamstring. What we want to do now is contract the muscle on the opposite side. So I want you to pull your leg away from my shoulder. Pull it away, pull it away, pull it away, pull it away. Stay off my hand. You're going to hold it there for 10 seconds. What's happening now is this muscle is activating, yeah? Our bodies don't want co-contraction where everything's turning on because we're trying to be efficient. When you contract a muscle on one side of a joint, it actually causes a relaxation of the muscle on the other side of the joint. So if we're squeezing the quads, it actually relaxes the hamstrings. And then when you relax, look at the change in length. Does that hurt any more than it did just before? Okay, so now we're just under 90 degrees. Like magic, yeah? We couldn't get that from doing static stretching. So this tells us that once we can get past the neuromuscular stuff, look at this increase in muscle length that we've got. All right? But there's more. So now we will hold this for about that 10 or 20 seconds just to let that change in length take effect and just to relax it again. Then we're going to do the opposite. Now I want you to push down against me at about 30% of your max power. What muscle, excuse me, is contracting now? And relax. Yeah? Wow. The way that works, if you do that again for me, push down against me, we're contracting the hamstrings. And there are these freaky little things in your hamstrings called Golgi tendon organs. And when you turn those on, they squeeze, they squeeze, they squeeze, they squeeze, they squeeze, then they relax. That causes a relaxation in the muscle and a change in muscle length. Now we've taken this a little bit more slowly than we normally would, but we've been doing this for maybe 2 minutes. Considerable change in length. Can everyone see that? Let's see how that goes from a me not pushing her into position point of view. Take it up. Let's see how it looks in comparison. Keep this down. So what did we say before about 70? Are we going to agree that that was about there? Not bad. Not bad.